Hey everybody, welcome back to Ravenstead. It's time for another build. Now that we have a stream running through our hidden valley, I'm going to build a little footbridge here. So I'm going to make the base of each end of the bridge with a little bit of cardstock. I'll just trim these out. And then I've got some little foam stones that I made. I made them for another build. I'll put a card at the end of the video and you can catch that. So I'm just going to hot glue these little stones down to make the base. This is going to be a pretty simple bridge. So just a couple of timbers and then planks running across. Some way that you can ford that stream running through. I'm going to texture up some of the wood material. This is just a foam strip. I'm just putting little grooves in it with a wire brush. So I kind of checked the build, made sure I had the right width, right around 5 inches total for the whole piece. That's the two main timbers for the footbridge, and I'm going to use a craft knife here to cut these. I don't cut myself, so don't worry about that. I'm just going to trim up these planks. Use the same method with a wire brush, just a thinner piece of foam. And I'll make sure I've got enough cut before I start gluing. I like to use hot glue. It makes the build go a little bit quicker. But you can use PVA glue if you need a little bit more time. Just don't get too far ahead of yourself with the hot glue. I'll just plank up this bridge. There we go. If you were using PVA glue, you'd have to take a break there and let it dry. I'm going to black bomb this out with some Mod Podge and black acrylic paint. This will help stiffen up the piece and gives us good shadows for our dry brushing. So once the piece is dry, I'll go in with a little bit of light gray. Just highlight those stones. Not too worried about getting paint on the different parts. It all kind of blends together. It's a little medium brown for the woodwork. Trying to preserve a lot of that shadow there. That helps the grain of the wood stand out. And a lighter brown. So just working up in values. And then I'll use some fairly light colored tan there to highlight the edges of the stones. And then that goes on the wood as well. So using that final highlighting color kind of helps blend everything in. So if you do accidentally get some brown paint on your stones or some gray paint on your wood, it doesn't really matter. You can just kind of cover up those mistakes and move on. A little instant weathering there on the oak planks. There we go. I like to highlight the edges. It really kind of catches the eye. And we'll do some washes. This is burnt umber acrylic ink and water. That'll go over the whole piece, the stones and the wood. And I'll put a touch of green here and there. I'm doing this wet on wet so the washes kind of blend together. I'm also going to use a little bit of Vallejo rust wash. Just touch it here and there. Gives a little variance in color. And once that's dry, it'll be time for a little bit of flocking. We got to have our rotten plank. If you've seen any of my other videos, you know that's kind of a going theme for us. Tapping on a little bit of PVA glue and then dusting the piece with some fine flocking. Just coat that over there and then knock off the excess. There we go, like magic. Look at that rotten plank. That thing's ready to punch through. A little hot glue here. I'm going to put in a couple pieces of foliage. Not getting too carried away with this piece, but I do want it to blend into the hidden valley build. It's a little bit of preserved lichen there. A couple pieces of clump foliage on the other end, and I'll give you a closer look. I'll spin this for you here in just a sec. Get all those glue strings off of there. Alright, there it is, the footbridge. Yeah, you could jump across that stream, no problem, but if you didn't want to get your boots wet, take the bridge. There's the hidden valley. We've got 8 tiles of that build done. So the boys are gonna defend the bridge. I hope that bugbear steps right on that rotten plank. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Make sure you leave me a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. I'll catch you on the next video. Thanks.